What happens if you strap exoskeleton robot legs to your legs and then go mountain biking? Can these things replace an e-bike? Will they send you to the friggin' stratosphere if you boost off a jump while wearing them? Let's find out.
Hypershell mountain exoskeleton. This wasn't sent to us. This isn't some sponsored thing. I went to their website and paid full price. It's about $1,000 USD, so like 1,400 Canadian. This thing is better be good. Don't mind my voice. I'm sick as a dog right now. Let's check it out. Why would I buy something like this? I just have some questions, some burning questions that I would like to have answered. Another box, cool. So when I first heard about this, I actually didn't believe it was real. And then I watched a couple of videos of people like jumping around and using it for carrying stuff or whatever. And one person booting around town with it on a bicycle. This is like a real thing that you can strap onto your legs and your legs will have more power all of a sudden. So, oh, all right. We've got another box, people. Okay. So I went over to their website and I started looking at the specs, and they say that this has 800 watts of peak power and 32 Newton meters of sustained max torque. Like a lightweight e-bike is 60 Newton meters. So we're a little over halfway there on something that you just like strap to your legs. How would it be for climbing? How would it be for descending? How would it be for going off drops or boosting off of a jump? Those are the questions that I want to answer today. Right. This is such a tiny battery for what they say it's going to do. So they tell you it's going to give you like 40% more leg strength. I mean, it's not as heavy as I thought it was going to be. That's actually not bad. Maybe for those who want to go on rides with their e-bike pals, but don't want to shell out the cost for an e-bike, maybe this is the ticket. I don't know. Let's see what happens. I feel like I need like suit up sequence music. Hi. This is a bit silly, isn't it? But what if it's game-changing, folks? Whoa, did you see that? I am in eco mode because it's green. Yeah, that's strange. Okay, this is gonna be something. It wants your legs to do this. It's mostly not me. Let's pedal up to the trail and we'll see how it handles. All right. Oh, ew. Using my legs. Let's see. Boop, boop. Firing up. Oh, it has turned on. Oh, that's weird. Ooh, getting a little twerky. There's a lot of like movement. So there's a lot of torque going on and it's in eco mode, but I need to tighten the strap because I feel it like twisting around on my hips. Do I turn it into, oh, okay. Now we're into hyper mode. This actually feels like I'm in eco mode on like a real e-bike. I'm not kidding. It is like hammering my legs down into those pedals. Not in like a violent way, but in a noticeable way. Yeah, I wasn't actually expecting this. I am almost not doing anything. My feet are still pressing into the pedals, but my legs they're not really doing much of anything. Let's see how it is getting into the trail. Into hyper mode we go. I don't know how to do this without chopping my thumb off on the mechanism here. Oh yeah, here we go. Let's gear way down. Oh yeah. This actually helps, man. It is not like an e-bike, but it's also not nothing. As soon as it like recognizes a cadence, it like locks into that cadence. So on a climb like this, it's nice and it's doing stuff. And especially when you mellow it out onto not so steep stuff, it keeps slamming your legs down into the pedals. But let's see when I turn it off. Transparency mode. Oh yeah. Yeah, it almost feels like there's like a thin layer of sand on the trail now. You know what I mean? It's not like a crazy massive difference like turning off an e-bike, but I can see where they say when it's like 30% less exertion. Let's turn that back on though, thank you. Oh yeah. On this kind of stuff, I feel like I can pop it into a couple heavier gears and be putting out the same level of effort that it would be normally. Yeah, I had to like cool down the motors a little bit. They're like red hot. I mean, like we're in the mountains. We just did a decent amount of elevation in absolute maximum power mode. So I get it, but yeah, they're They're really hot. But anyways, we're gonna go hike a bike up some steep hills now. Let's see what that's like. Maybe this is for the hike-a-bikers. It'll just wing your legs around. Okay. Oh yeah. Ooh, that's spooky. Yep. The weirdest part is that is the leg lifting. That's the weirdest part about all this. It makes you want to like woof, woof. All right. This is the e-bike equivalent for hike-a-bikers. This is actually, all right. The pedaling stuff is pretty novel. This is actually sick though. This is actually, whoop, wow. I feel like, what the heck? That's actually really, that's not nothing. If you love to hike a bike and you wanna do a lot more of that, you can tell I do a lot of hike-a-biking. But if you happen to do a lot of that, this could actually be a thing that you might like. That was better than expected. And I feel like half of the energy savings is from pulling your legs up for you. Having to lift your own legs, that's a lot of extra work. And with these, you just don't have to do it. It's time for some downhill, yeah? Okay. Let's see what happens. Oh. Oh. Okay. Feel like I couldn't even talk there. Didn't have my helmet cinched down, so it was like in front of my eyes. We learned something there. What did we learn from that? We learned that downhill, there's way too much going on to tell what's going on. I felt like something was different, like it must have been doing something in there, but everything's just hammering down so much that I can't really distinguish one from the other. So let's do more of a sustained downhill where there's some like good pedally flat spots. See how that goes. Because for you downhill racers out there, get some baggy pants, put these on underneath, and away you go. Just kidding, don't do that. Yeah. That was noticeable. Big time. The pedaling. Woo. Okay, so thankfully, I'm not noticing anything while I'm actually like riding fast downhill, which I would say is a pro. If it were pushing my legs against my will hard enough for me to notice in a downhill scenario, that would probably be bad, right? Oh, man. I don't know how tires and wheels can handle that. Just absolutely jammed the front tire straight to the rim into a really sharp rock. Yeah, it's this kind of stuff where it's not like heavy climbing, it's just kind of going from place to place. Yeah, that's good. It really helps. I want to know the difference between me on this bike with this thing maxed out into hyper mode. How will it compare to like eco mode on an e-bike? So I'm going to do this real quick on my bike. Let's get calibrated. What does it feel like? What are the forces? Yes. Yes. Now straight over to e-bike, I'm gonna turn this thing off. Yeah, it's easier. But like, this was easier, but I would say like 40% easier. All right, more downhill. It's funny, when you first start pedaling, it doesn't do anything because it has to sort of clock your cadence. But once it does, then it's like, oh, then we're off. But yeah, this stuff, not. If it's doing anything, I don't notice. Yeah, it's like 3 or 4 pedal strokes, and then it's like, okay, I understand what you're trying to do. But I would love to see it be able to like help with compressions and stuff. That'd be kind of cool. So I don't think it's doing anything with that. There's only one way to really find out. That's to take it on some jumps.
Okay, at the jump park. Now here's one little thing, one little snag on this whole thing. I'm on the list to get surgery on my ankle, so I can't really do too much with the compressions, but fortunately, we have a man more than willing to put his body on the line for clicks. I mean science. We have James McGovern here. You know James well. He's been in a bunch of videos, and he's here to send it again.
This is a classic Lone Ranger video. I turn up on a new bike, and he's like, "Huck your meat off this thing, go."
With robot legs.
Yeah. I hope no one I know sees me in these.
Nobody watches these videos, don't worry about it. Yeah, as tight
Maybe
as
I'll
you
do it
can.
before. Whoa. Is that meant to do that?
Yeah. And he's gone. And he looks so cool.
Zero effort, yeah. It's kind of trying to figure out what I want.
Yep.
What a weird sensation.
Sorry about this, James. We're gonna start on some chill blue jumps, folks. Whoop.
Okay.
He's alive.
We're still alive.
Yep. It's just like the actual pedal in, technically, I suppose. Technically, you could get some more power on the way in.
Oh yeah, it screwed me up when I came to here.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. Let's see if we can do that again. Okay, assistance about now.
All right, this is a moment that I've been anxiously waiting for. It's time to hear from James whether these robot legs will actually boost you further off of jumps. Let's hear what he has to say.
Nothing. Nothing at all.
So here,
I
let's
feel like
put
I
it.
need 2 pistols.
Just tap it once and it'll turn it off.
All right, yeah, good shout. Oh wow, that feels so different.
Oh, really?
I feel like I'm like, what? Honestly, the turning it on to turning it off was the biggest thing.
Yeah, you just got used to your new legs.
Yeah. It's like the people who like dive through their TV on VR.
Yeah.
It's like after this, they're gonna turn it off, and I'm just gonna
I
go.
don't feel anything and then collapse, yeah. What if you were on a skateboard?
Oh, imagine.
Yeah.
Just like the only thing that I came away thinking was, all I kept doing was reaching for it like a climb switch.
On your way up
know,
to
like-
do another round.
Yeah, like I'd like hit a couple of jumps, and then I'd get to that tiny incline there, and then just be like, oh, I can't be.
Yeah.
And then just click the little red thing, and it did help, but
Yeah, that was the thing. You were like pretty unimpressed and then you turned it off. I think you had it turned on for too long.
yeah.
Here's my takeaway. When I was actually like hike biking, that was like really something. I was like, this is actually, I said it was like, this is like the e-bike for hike bikers. The people who like live to hike a bike, they're like, I want to drag myself up that just so I can get an extra gnarly thing. You could probably go further and have a better time with that on. But you do have to be wearing it though, which is kind of a downside in and of itself. Otherwise, like for, hikers and stuff, I think it does what it says on the tin. But for biking, if you're like commuting and you don't mind wearing something like that, it does help. If you have like a big old commute that you want to do and you don't want to be super sweaty when you get there, maybe. But for actual mountain biking,
Nah.
nah. Well, see you later.